it's interesting what you say about removing mothers from babies. And there's going to be a lot of mums watching this, and there's a lot of young women who are going, well, what can I do? Because this is the society that we live in. The economic realities, whatever you want to call it, hypercapitalism, blah, blah, blah. It has effectively meant that the vast majority of people can't rely on a one-parent income.
So what I would say is strategize. For those couples that don't have children, strategize. Think of raising a child as a team sport. So do without when you can do without in the early years, if you have to do without, if you can, right? And if you can't, then there's a hierarchy to childcare that is better for children than daycare. The best is your primary attachment figure. The next best is something called kinship bonds. So it would be your dad or your aunt or your grandmother or your next door neighbor who's Aunt Julie, who's like family to you and has a more similar investment in your life and will be around forever. That would be the next best kind of care. Then would be a babysitter or a nanny, which most people can't afford one babysitter or nanny, which is what's best. It's called single surrogate caregiving. If you can't afford that, then share the care with another family. Get your best friend and say, let's share the cost of a nanny or a babysitter. And that's already going to be better for children than if they go into daycare. Minimize your time at work whenever possible. Maximize your time with your children, because there is no such thing as quality time. That is a ruse. That is a myth. It was invented in a time of pushing women economically to go back into the workforce. So basically what matters more to our society right now, which means our values are very screwed up, is the GDP and our economy, rather than what's actually good for the mental health of our children.
Because it seems to me, and I think you'd agree with this, that women have been sold a lie, Erica.
Absolutely.
They've been told that they can have it all. You can have the great job. You can be a COO, you can raise 4 kids. You can do all, but that's patently a nonsense, isn't it?
More than that, yes, that's all nonsense, because you can have it all in life. I mean, I'm a good example. My career didn't really begin in earnest till I was in my 50s when I wrote a book. Until then, my practice was so very, very, very small, because I would not leave my children for more than an hour and a half a day. And so we got by, but we gave up a lot. We didn't take vacations. We didn't have cars, fancy cars. We didn't buy things. We just said, we're not going to buy things. We're a team. You're going to work, I said to my husband, and I'm going to work a very little, just enough to add to the income, but we're going to hold back on income until our children were older. So it takes strategy. And I do think it's possible.